There's always a right time for more knockouts, and with today's video, we've selected some rarely seen ones. If you want more of our content, subscribe to the channel, and if you want to see unusual finishes in MMA, stay until the end of the video. With the first knockout, we go to Asian countries, where Jomary Torres shows us in a short fight how brutal women can be when it comes to fighting. Her opponent, Osenio, quickly caught the clinch and brought her opponent into an uncomfortable guillotine attempt, but slick Jomary quickly got out. We could see another submission attempt from Osenio, and just when it seemed that her armbar was tight, Torres got up and slammed April to the floor. Osenio was roughly knocked out the moment her head touched the canvas, and as if that wasn't enough, Jomary followed up with a pair of unnecessary hammer fists, ending the fight in just 40 seconds. Her opponent, Osenio, says that for this match she had the toughest training camp yet, but her preparations did not get enough time to show. Boxers generally have a hard time with the transition from the ring to the cage, but this knockout is a masterclass that will blow your mind. It's about the former two-time world boxing champion, Krzysztofowi, who made his MMA debut in the KSW promotion. His opponent, Patryk Tolkaczewski, is a fellow boxer who also fought under MMA rules for the first time. After 90 seconds of the fight, both men found themselves on the floor, with Patryk sitting in a full mount position and looking for a ground and pound finish. Głowacki covered to survive, and Patryk's victory could never have been closer. But Głowacki suddenly threw a sharp hook from his back that instantly shut down his fellow boxer. Is it possible that boxers have so much punch power that they can knock you out even from this position? We must never forget what a savage Dan Henderson was in his day. His signature move, H-bomb, has taken out many opponents, but this knockout of Hendo was different and more attractive. He entered the wild fight against another MMA vet, Hector Lombard, and the only thing that surpassed this amazing fight was a knockout finish. Watching the first round, it was amazing to see how active and explosive the two muscular middleweights were. Lombard almost killed Henderson on a couple of occasions in the first round. However, with one of the attempted kicks, Hector caught the leg of Dan, who immediately reacted with a backward elbow straight into the opponent's ear, who instantly lost consciousness. Henderson then, in his style, nailed Lombard to the floor with two brutal elbows. Fortunately, the only one who was there to save Hector in time was referee Herb Dean. Speaking of elbow knockouts, one championship has its own. Two featherweights, Abelardo and Emilio Urrutia, came with a two-fight losing streak, and someone's head had to fly off their shoulders. The first round had a beautiful display of striking with nice kicks and technical handwork without much haste. Towards the end of the round, Mark managed to endanger Emilio with excellent elbows, who was saved by the bell. The fire spread to the second round, but after 3 minutes, it came to an incredible and sudden end. Throwing a front hook, Urrutia couldn't even expect Abelardo would jump in with a flying elbow and cut off his attack, and Urrutia's sanity as well. In 2021, Abelardo secured the Knockout of the Year contender and justified why he is also called Mark Elbolardo. Yair Rodriguez is one of the most unpredictable fighters on the UFC roster. His explosiveness is unmatched, and his creativity is over the roof in every fight. By pairing him with the Korean Zombie, the UFC knew what it was doing, and the way the battle ended deservedly won the Knockout of the Year award. The match lasted a full 25 minutes. The blows rained down, the heads were bloody, and the two warriors showed their fighting spirit and heart in full glory. But what increased the excitement was the end of the match. 10 seconds before the end of the brutal fight, both fighters exchanged smiles, threw their hands in the air, touched gloves, and decided to exchange blows for the last time. First, Yair started to attack, then Zombie with pressure, and with the sound of a whistle, out of nowhere, Korean Zombie spilled all over the octagon. With incredible timing, Rodriguez threw an elbow in the last second of the match that you won't see for the next century. The Mexicano secured the Performance of the Night bonus for himself and Fight of the Night for his fellow warrior. With 17 wins and 12 knockouts, Joaquin Buckley can easily be called a knockout master. But what he did against Impa Kasangaway is something you don't see every year, let alone every day. This was the second match in the UFC for both American fighters, and Buckley made sure it wouldn't last longer than the first round. The boys opened the show with full force, and most of the blows were accompanied by devastating sound effects, which we will remember him. And Impa collapsed stiff and remained frozen on the floor. Just another knockout of the year, and it goes to Joaquin Buckley. Mamed Khalidov has excelled with his performances at KSW in the last 17 years. He captured 2 titles, collected many post-fight bonuses, and ensured that his name was first on the cover of KSW. Out of 37 wins, he has an excellent balance with 17 knockouts and 16 losses, and you have to be tough as nails to take him to a decision. However, after so many years of competition, Mamed showed that he still has aces up his sleeve with which he could surprise the Polish audience. At the KSW 83 Coliseum event, the main match of the night was headlined by him and opponent Scott Askham, facing off for the 3rd time. The score between them was 1-1, and it had to be decided once and for all who was the better fighter. Consequently, Khalidov took the initiative and decided to make a statement with style. In the 3rd round, Mamed missed a cross but perfectly used the momentum of the run to throw a switch kick and nail the opponent to the fence, attractively ending their trilogy. Douglas Lima owns a spot among the fighters whose kicks no one should feel, and in one of the past videos we mentioned this. After this video, we advise you to watch most brutal kicks that resulted in knockouts from our channel, because you will be amazed if you like knockouts with a kick. But let's go back to Douglas Lima and his phenomenal knockout. The knockout is especially superb because of the intelligent way it was executed. MVP came in his always flashy version, jumping back and forth, stinging Lima with individual shots. Because of Michael's movement, Douglas had to remain calm and composed, aiming for the opponent's front leg at every opportunity. After taking him down and spending half the first round on him, Douglas enters the 2nd round with the winning combination after reading Venom's moves. At the moment when Page jumped in to close the distance, Lima cut off the attack with a calf kick that swept the opponent off his feet. Douglas prevented Michael from getting up with a brutal shot that spoiled Page's undefeated 18-win record. Due to his tendency to talk too much during matches, Kevin Holland almost lost his UFC contract, but Dana White gave him the nickname Big Mouth and invited him to one of these short-notice matches, to which he immediately accepted, and we all know how much that means to the president who decided to keep him. Safe to say Dana did the right thing because Kevin never brought disappointment in the rest of his career. His opponent, Ronaldo Souza, was aware of the danger in the striking department, so at the start he took Kevin into deep waters, trying to get the 15th submission win in his career. But even on the ground, Kevin didn't stop throwing punches or talking. Despite his inferior position, Holland had a loud conversation with his opponent. "That was nice, Yair. That was nice too. I swear I had a dream about this, except I was 17. Souza couldn't help but lose focus and smile, which Holland took advantage of, throwing a couple of punches from his back that knocked Souza out. Then he got up, and with sharp shots from the top position, cemented his 5th victory in a row. And that in just 6 months. Kevin Holland can talk a lot, but boy, he can fight as well. Who can never be a hater of Edson Barboza when his performances regularly amaze? In 2021, he and Shane Burgos gave us a memorable match that was awarded Fight of the Night. Hardly anything could surpass this fight, but the knockout in the 3rd round is something we have not seen before, and no one guarantees we will. The display of striking by these two warriors was a work of art, and the elbows that echoed through the hall were louder than the excited audience. Barboza entered the 2nd round with a swollen eye, and Burgos' legs received a lot of damage due to Edson's kicks. Regardless, neither of them even thought of giving up. After a little more than a minute in the last round, Barboza threw a heavy right hand that Shane received very well, but that's where the problem arose. Burgos' head gave its maximum when it came to receiving punishment. His brain completely lost control over the rest of his body, and with belated reaction, his body started to shut down, causing Shane to go backward and crash into the fence without any touch from Edson. And that would be it, folks. Remember to leave a like if you like our work. And feel free to subscribe to the channel and help us on our future projects. We'll be back soon. And the comment section is below the video so you know where to leave your valued opinion. Remember to keep your guard up, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.